Hi friends, in Planet Earth Dating, it's Saturday, November 21st, 2015. Ra here in the Lynn life, Black Wolf in the Lynn-Body-Mind, other teammates in other aspects of the physical dimension, all of us in the physical dimension and in the subatomic levels of the physical dimension from the perspective of the spirit world viewers. Our focus is continually brought to the next deadline, which is the start of the Advent season, November 28th at midnight. It's easy to discern when the deadline is. It's more difficult to discern what the deadline is for.
That's true.
However, the work is being done right now primarily by the Nature Realms members of the team, since the spirit world presences are still regrouping after a solid transition. So our belief is that the videoed portion of today's effort will focus on the nature realms. We could be wrong. As always, our foundational intention is to do what is ours to do right now in all dimensions, to manifest the divine plan. The data clearly showing what's needed is to provide a collective restart. Wiser minds above having set the deadline for that restart as January 17th, 2017, and we are also intending to meet the series of nested deadlines that lead up to that. And with that, it begins.
I'm seeing again the classrooms in the smaller subatomic layers of the Search for Truth pillar, and it looks very much like it did just a few days ago, where there's a large gathering of Nature Realms presences.
I can smell it better than I can see it.
That's interesting.
My clarity is off.
That's true. What does it smell like?
Earthy. Ferns. Smells like moss and ferns, earthiness.
That's true. And it seems like these presences have gone out into the worlds around us and gotten beat up, is what it looks like or feels like.
They feel sad.
Yeah, it's true. And now they've come back.
I see Pan here. He's on like a stretcher. I don't think he's conscious. If he's conscious, I'm not picking up on that.
No, I don't think so.
The question on the table is whether or not there is consensus inside this group of leaders of the nature realms as to where the bad things, quote unquote, originated. Was Pan the one who had poor intention, or were the instructions to Pan coming to him with poor intention?
That's true.
That's the question on the table.
That's true.
So may we have really strong eye contact, really strong presence right now. We're not at our best. We're still in the midst of this transition, and it's taking time to recover our skills. So more effort on your part makes it more likely that we'll get accurate communication.
That's true.
I feel as though someone has my hand, and it was maybe Shadrach.
That could be.
The nature realms beings that we are referring to as Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego are all right here, I believe.
That's true.
And many of the other leadership team behind them, not 50. There are a lot missing.
Maybe half.
Maybe half. And of the 500 who were part of those released from that prison where nature realms beings were being held because they had been searching for truth.
Very few seem to remain.
It's sad.
That's
and I'm
true.
asking, where is everybody? And they seem to be saying gone, as in dead.
That's true.
Let's get our pasture fence. Show of hands, is there anyone in this room who believes that the instructions that were given to Pan were sent to him with bad intention?
Most of the hymns seem to be up.
Now let's ask, is there anyone in this room who believes that Pan himself was carrying out these hurtful actions with bad intentions of his own?
That guy isn't raising his hand, but he is thinking it.
Oh, I can feel that. Friend, just because there's only one of you and everybody else is on the other side of the discussion, that doesn't mean that you are necessarily wrong. Why don't you say what you have to say? It feels more like you just don't want to believe that the people who were sending the instructions to Pan had bad intention.
That's true.
It doesn't feel like you actually have any basis in fact.
That's true.
If you're saying something that has a basis in fact, I'm not able to get it right now.
That's true. It feels like he doesn't have anything bad to say about Pan.
We just don't want to believe that those people are sending instructions with bad intention.
That's true.
Well, it's possible there's a third option. Perhaps others are giving them instructions with bad intention. It could be a chain of bad intentions.
That's true. And this person seems to acknowledge that. Are you willing to try flipping the working theory that Pan is the one who originated this scheme? And try looking at it as if the people sending the instructions had bad intent, and just see if it starts to make more sense to you. Because right now it doesn't make sense to you.
Some unhelpful things happened. Pan was a part of it.
That's true.
Those people also were a part of it. They either sent instructions that were unclear, or were actively harmful, or didn't get complete like eye contact with Pan, didn't get a really strong head nod, thumbs up, like there was a miscommunication somewhere, or communication with poor intent.
That's true.
Or Pan himself took what was a good instruction and twisted it into something ugly and went and blew up a hospital of nature realms presences, is the metaphor.
Right.
Those are the options, right?
Yeah.
My story is that the other nature realms presences have
Pushed
said,
him out of the
get out
room.
of here, go away.
That's true.
Okay, so now inside of this room, do we have consensus?
Yes.
What somebody's saying, what did we just learn? And it's a voice from above. What we learned is that sometimes people hold on to a lie. Luce used to have this error pattern. He would lash the lies to his hand. He would refuse to let go of something that was clearly proven to be a lie.
That's true.
And in those moments, then we really don't have a choice but to say, go find another place to learn your lessons, friend. This isn't your right place.
That's true.
Because here in Search for Truth, we're actively trying to get to what is true. And if someone isn't willing to engage in a thought experiment, are they really interested in what's actually going on? Or do they just want to hold on to what they want to believe? Are they just looking for validation for their existing opinion?
Yeah. That's true.
So here in the Search for Truth, that's okay. That is not your right place. People like that must leave.
That's true.
And that's unfortunately why, for example, we lost our good friend Luce.
That's true.
That was exactly what he was doing, is refusing to let go of lies.
And that's what Pam was tripping up over when he left too.
That's correct.
That's true.
It feels like we have a smaller, sadder, and wiser group of nature realms presences here.
Yes, that's true.
Is there consensus now that this was not harm that came from Pan's bad intent?
Yes.
So first things first, Pan needs some healing. But second things second, is it likely that we should cease listening to whoever sent Pan those instructions?
Nodding, sad nodding.
It is really sad.
Really sad. I don't think anyone is disagreeing.
No, I don't think so either.
It's just sad nodding.
It's like Jengi, the forest god,
Right.
has stabbed us in the back.
Right.
It is sad. Tuning for intent to do the work as assigned by wiser minds above. And to remember that, wiser minds above. This question is really helping the alignment over here.
That's true.
How high must we reach in order to reach a person of true integrity?
That's true.
How high must we reach? And to really have an open-ended curiosity about that.
That's true.
To reach past whoever those beings were who communicated those instructions to Pan, because clearly they aren't people of integrity with whom we should be dealing, right?
That's true.
And to say, wow, how high will I need to reach in order to connect with the presence of true integrity?
There's some question from the group about this. This person is saying, when I reach up that high, I run out of familiar feelings, the feelings of familiar leaders.
Yes.
And I really don't like that feeling. I like a familiar face giving instruction.
I understand.
And while I know that I should be able to trust people of higher vibrations that I come into contact with asking this question, I have difficulty trusting people I don't recognize.
How do you feel about listening to a higher soul of Pan?
Pretty good. Pretty good.
See if you can aim to the highest higher soul of Pan that you're able to connect with right now.
That's starting to feel better.
It feels a lot better.
It feels a lot better, and I feel others in the group trying that too.
Doing the same, and I feel the group settling down almost.
That's true.
Try to get the vibration of the presences who you were listening to before.
Yes.
And do you have that?
Yes.
And now for the vibrations of that higher soul of Pan who you are reaching to right now.
Got it.
And compare.
The higher soul of Pan is much higher.
Much higher. So that's a big improvement, yes?
Yes, but I can still tell it's not as high as I'm supposed to be reaching.
Yes, and can you reach for an even higher soul of Pan?
Yes, I can.
How high must I reach to reach a presence of true integrity?
Alright, it's starting to feel better.
Better?
That's true.
Starting to get the hang of it?
Yeah.
And just go as high up as you're able to reach right now while still feeling comfortable that you can listen to this person because they know you and love you.
That feels good.
Good. But to know that the instruction is to continually reach even higher, even higher, even higher.
That's true.
Better?
That feels a lot better, and the group feels calmer.
Now, friends, we still have this deadline of November 28th in front of us, and the assignment's still undone of working to get even one humanoid life form to live his soul plan, to do what is his to do and to not do what isn't his to do, to live the soul plan and nothing but the soul plan, so help me God. And in this way we learn how to help all of creation manifest the divine plan. Does this make sense?
Nodding, everyone's nodding.
Now in the nature realms we only have certain tools, just as in the spirit world we only have certain tools.
That's true.
But to use the nature realms tools to herd this cat into his destiny.
That's true.
And to do it by November 28th. At midnight, which is the start of the Advent season. I hear somebody saying, but what are you doing? Ah, yes. We could have this wrong. We've been attempting to discern.
That's
what
true.
does that deadline mean for me, for each of us as individuals?
That's true.
And as best we can tell, that deadline means for us to be back up to full functioning, full strength, and ready to begin again in the projects by the start of the Advent season.
That's true.
We have a job that was originally estimated might take, let's say, 1 million spirit world presences.
Yeah, that's true.
And we have 7 of us stepping up. 7. Right now, one of those 7 is still hard stuck in the transitional state. So we have 6 who are working, 6 to do a job for 1 million. And it doesn't look like divine miracles are able to be delivered into this level of the subatomic, which is fine. We have seen this for other levels of the subatomic in the physical dimension, souls trapped in the physical dimension without higher dimension support, right?
Yeah.
So we're in one of those levels now. That's okay.
That's
all right. This is the way it is. This is the job of manifesting the divine plan. And ignoring that inconvenient reality doesn't make it go away.
That's true.
So now we must get strong and healthy again, because this is a long run. Right?
That's true. I think they just need to stay and clear out. They keep saying they feel ready, but it doesn't feel true at all.
You need to stay and clear out.
They're all gunky.
So yes, everybody here needs to clear out. I think the point is that it's much ickier out there than we want to acknowledge. That's the inconvenient reality.
That's true.
So pacing matters. It matters for us and it matters for you. We've seen how our own good friends, our compatriots, don't want to discover what's really going on because their truths are inconvenient, right?
That's true.
So it's really important, it's crucial that we take the time that we need to separate truth from untruth until we are strong and clear again in truth.
That's true.
All of us. Now, when we're here, we work. This is a workplace, and the work is separating truth from untruth. No one can sit around, no one, not ever, as long as they're conscious. Pan's unconscious, I think that when he comes to consciousness, he will begin working.
That's true.
Do you feel complete for now?
Yeah, everyone's nodding, and they actually do feel complete.
So here are your coal shovels and your brooms. That's where we begin.